Hello, my name is Rap. This is my new video about Warframe. Well, in this video I'm gonna take Vauban. I'm farming the Bolto Prime blueprint. It is basically the same build as other videos. I only put it here power drift to boost the power strength. I'm gonna take the Karak Wraith. Well, my Karak have a meta build, doesn't it is the default build I make in all weapons, and then start changing, but this got nothing to change because it doesn't have critical chance, it doesn't have critical multiplier, have a very low status, so I use the default build with shred and elementar damage, nothing to change really here. Nukor have a different build. I'm using 3 elemental damage and I have a status, I have very high status, 108%, using barrel diffusion and lethal torrent for multi-shot, magnum force and hornet strike for damage, and then the 4 dual stat mods to create corrosive and blast, because radiation is the default damage of the weapon. Okay, let's go. Let's see if I have a bit of luck. Well, in my last mission, whenever I start protecting the first objective, I got the Syndicate Assassin Squad. It was hilarious because it was very confusing. I had to run away from the objective for the healers don't destroy the objective, but a bit after it ended I had to run away again to the objective because the melee guys were almost destroying the objective. It was a bit hilarious. It's a shame that I wasn't recording because that's why I decided to make this video, because I find that so hilarious that, well, it's not going to happen in this one, but it's a shame. There are a few things that are hilarious when we are passing them, that it is a shame that we aren't recording, because, well, it was an interesting thing to show. It was so confusing. Well, Vauban is a bit is a hard frame to play on this tier, because you are completely reliant on your abilities to survive, and believe me, sometimes a little distraction, as you don't have energy and you aren't aware of that, and it may be the difference between surviving and dying. I'm always looking at my energy because I don't want to be catch off guard. Ah, a heavy now. I'm gonna throw a friend here. almost lost my sentinel. It was a bit annoying. I'm gonna use it to refill my ammo again. I can use this one, but I'm gonna use the now that I need to pick up the data mass. So I'm gonna drop a friend. It's mostly because of the heavies. Well, sometimes they don't get distracted with friends, but it always be help. I didn't saw that heavy. Ah, it's this kind of thing that I'm saying. It's sometimes you miss an heavy and it doesn't give you too much chance because, well, if he can fire 2 times, you will die. There's no. If I could avoid the second, I could have survived it, but it's a bit annoying. But well, it's how things are. Playing with Vauban, it's you have to be all the time very careful, especially in this tier. I have to do something before I advance. To avoid surprises. This map isn't very good. I'm gonna throw a friend now. I couldn't deploy my it's a bit annoying, but well, is the game doesn't stop spawning heavies, and they are the real threat. It's because the game doesn't stop spawning heavies, and they are the real threat. Because, well, even that the missile doesn't kill you, it knocks you and exposes you to the damage of the other enemies. So it usually, as you can see, if I'm catched by the missile, I usually die. It's always the same thing. I'm not even going to stop to kill the enemy. Oh, Bolton Prime Blueprint, good. It's like I was saying at the start of the mission. You have to like Vauban a lot to bring him to this mission, because in some missions this wasn't the case, but in some missions, believe me, I get a lot of frustrated, especially with heavies, because they are very unfair here. Not only they have that homing missile, but it also knock you out if you aren't using sure-footed or something like that. You are always knock it down, and if the missile doesn't kill you, it is the other enemies that finish you off, and it's sometimes it's a bit frustrating. I always try not to get how should I say, pissed by those kind of things, but sometimes it's a bit frustrating, and you are always have to be moving and thinking what you are going to do, and it's in one side it's fun, but the other it have those days. Some days are better than others. Okay, it's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, see you around.